Merry Christmas. I wanted to tell you about a couple of books that I read recently. One of them is The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus by L. Frank Baum. Yes, it's the same author that wrote the Wizard of Oz series. I found out about this book coincidentally on Hallmark Channel. I didn't even know that L. Frank Baum had written a book about Santa Claus. And basically, it reads like a fairy tale. It's a cute story. It's not very long. You could probably read it in like half of a day or even less. And it reminds me of like a children's fable. And it also reminds me of two things. It reminds me of the cartoon that was made, I want to say late 60s, early 70s. You know, with the puppet looking people. I mean, they're like little Santa Claus is coming to town with Mickey Rooney in it. That the story reminded me of that because it shows from a mythological or fable like style how Santa Claus came to be, like why Santa Claus even exists in the first place. So it gives it from that viewpoint as to how he actually, turns up, why he turns up, where he turns up, and why he is able to live, forever. So another entertainment medium that it reminded me of was a play. The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus reminded me of William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. I really enjoyed A Midsummer Night's Dream, so I don't know if you've read that. If you haven't read it, you should read it. But The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus has a lot of the elements from A Midsummer Night's Dream as far as like the mythological creatures, like the fairies, the nymphs, in the woods, that kind of a setting. So that plays a big part in the story. So you should check it out. Your kids might enjoy it as well. Like I said, it's not anything heavy or anything. It's really kind of light reading, and you can read it in no time. And on a related note, I also read Wicked, the book Wicked. That's the screenplay, the movie, as well as the Broadway play was adapted from. All I'm going to say is there are a lot of triggers in Wicked. It is nothing like reading The Wizard of Oz, and it is not for children. And that's all I'm going to say. Before you read it, I highly suggest you look at the reviews on Amazon and actually look at some of the triggers, because I didn't know all of this when I got it. Because when I saw that the movie was coming out, I'd never seen the play. Some friends of mine had seen it and had mentioned it to me over the years, and I just never got around to going to see it. So when I saw that the movie was coming out, I found out that it was actually based on a book, and I didn't know that. I found that out recently, like about a few weeks before the movie came out, about a month before the movie came out. I had heard that it was based on a book. I'm like, oh, I didn't know, because the play was been out for like about 20 years. So when I found out that it was based on a book, I said, okay, since I never really saw the Broadway play, I'm going to go ahead and see the movie. And then I'm going to read the book and then watch the movie and then compare the two. It'll be like a fun little thing to do, to compare the two different, things, the movie and the book, since they're based upon the same, premise. I'm not doing a comparison. It's just the two are totally different. And I didn't know all the things about the book when I decided to read it. I thought it would be a nice, light, childlike reading, and it's not. And I don't think it should be marketed as a children's book, because the cover of Wicked has a picture from the movie, a snapshot from the movie, and it's like you're thinking you're reading the same thing that's in the movie, but it's not. And in some Target locations, I have seen the book. No, I had heard that the book was marketed with like the toys and stuff, like the children's things. marketed along with that. And I don't think that should be done because it is not a book for children. So actually, I don't really recommend the book unless somebody's at least 18 years old, because it's like some of the stuff in there is just a lot of things. And I'm not even, that's another whole discussion. I don't even feel like getting into it. But I leave the covers of all the books that I just mentioned. I leave both of the covers up here for you to see. You can go check them out. Make sure you read the reviews about Wicked. Make sure you read about all the triggers so that when you start reading it, at least you know what you're reading about, because I didn't know. I went ahead and finished the book because I'm like that. I kind of finish most of the books if I start them. I just do for the most part. So, but just be careful. But that's my disclaimer. Be careful. But here's the covers for the books. One of them, like the L. Frank Baum book, The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus, that's definitely children. Anybody can read that. But this other one, be cautious. And as always, I want to recommend my own stories. If you like Christmas stories, check out my books. I have the link up there. I have, I've got 5 of them. I've got Cinnamon Kisses. Rocky Road Dreams is my personal favorite. I have Loving Luke. And I also have Sugar and Spice. And then also Butterscotch Bliss. That's the one I recently released. And that is an exclusive just for my email subscribers at the moment. The ebook version of Butterscotch Bliss cannot be purchased anywhere. You have to join my mailing list to get that. It's a Christmas story and you'll love it. So I have the covers all up here. I don't have the physical books with me because I'm not at home right now. We're out of town and I'm at the hotel room. So I have the covers and the links to my site. And I also put the links to, the covers for the L. Frank Baum book and then the other book that I mentioned. So that's all I wanted to say. Have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.